Hi guys, I am Hanne, the founder of Fluffbike in Winterthur, Switzerland. Today we'll be doing a sweet little practice which is just beautiful to wake up your body in the early morning. Just move with whatever is there in the morning. We often have a way clearer mind than we do in the evening, but on the other hand we have a bit more stiffness, or a lot more stiffness present in our body. Just move with what's there and keep breathing. So we'll start in all fours, checking that wrists are down, shoulders, knees in line with hips. And just do a simple flow of cat and cow here. Starting out with a simple flow, allowing body and breath to merge. So we inhale when we arch, sending back of the head close to the tailbone. And we exhale when we round, moving forehead and hip bones closer together. Yeah, you can close your eyes here, turning the gaze inwards again. Inviting the breath to become deeper. Good. Then find the neutral spine. Walk the hands a hand length forward. Take off your glasses maybe, if you've had them on just like me. Lift the hips up and then send the heels one by one close to the mat. We walk out the dog, in other words. Stretching and bending here. Shoulder width between the hands, hip width-ish between the heels. Good. Maybe taking this movement of walking out the legs all the way up into the hips, so we turn from side to side, setting right knee to the left side and left knee to the right side of the mat. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, then activate that if you haven't done it already. If you're not familiar with Ujjayi, then find that long, deep, sweet, connected breath. Good. And from here we walk the feet all the way forward, bending the knees as much as you need to. Let the head hang. The hands, they don't have to be on the mat, they could be on the shins. With an inhale, lift halfway up. Good. Then step the left foot out behind you. You can stay on the toes, you can lower the knees. Let's place fingertips to the floor and reach the hips forward. Yeah? The knee of the right side is more or less in line with the right heel. Good, and have an inhale, extend out this front leg, keep the back heel high. If the floor is too far away, then maybe have the hands on thigh or shin instead of on the floor. Good, inhale, and then plant hands, find your way back to downward facing dog. Yeah. If it felt super sweet, then walk out the dog. Maybe even add this thing of moving the hips from side to side. Make sure that there's lots of space in between tops of shoulders and ears, so the neck is nice and long. Good. With your next exhale, step the feet all the way forward. Hip width in between the feet. Forward fold, Uttanasana, breathing space into the back side, respecting what's there, yeah, and then moving with that. With an inhale, lift halfway up. And then find this lunge, stepping the right foot out behind you this time. You can lower the knee or stay on the toe. Reach the hips forward, move shoulders out of the ears. Maybe lift the chin slightly and find this little bit of a cobra here in the top of the chest. Good, and inhale, extend out this leg. Yeah, bringing left hip up and back in space, but keeping the right hip moving a bit forward so the hips, they try to gently square off. Good. Inhale, plant hands, downward facing dog. Yeah, sending heels in the direction of the mat this time. If your hamstrings are just not liking this, and the hamstrings, they can be tight, that can actually make you round in the upper body sometimes. To kind of compensate for that, then instead of working on the extension of the legs, then bend the knees, and then first and foremost work on the length of your upper body. Yeah, no matter what I'm guiding here in your downward facing dog, you can just ignore that and then work first and foremost on the length of your upper body. Super. Exhale to step the feet, maybe just 2 big steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, half up. Exhale, hands come down, step the left foot out behind you, back to that lunge, lean the hips forward. Good. With your next inhale, lift it up. Then plant the back heel, turn it into triangle pose, Trikonasana. We plant the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Good. Now, instead of squaring off the hips, we're opening the left hip up, yeah? So the hips turn right over to the side. See if you can draw this right femur bone a bit back into the hip socket, grounding down into the big toe of the front foot and the little toe side of your back foot. Then keep the activation of the feet, plug into your core, and then inhale, lift all the way up and back. Good, exhale, hands come down, find downward facing dog. Good. With an exhale, step the feet all the way forward. Inhale, half up. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot out behind you. Lean the hips forward, cobra in the chest, and then with the inhale, find that extension of the right leg, the left leg of course. Square off the hips, and then plant the back heel. Set up for Trikonasana. We turn the hips over towards the right side now. Yeah, lift hand down, shoulders out of the ears. You don't have to look up. You could also look to the side or down, depending on what your neck is up for here. Ground for the feet, and then inhale, come all the way up and all the way back. Keep the tailbone reaching long. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands come down, left foot comes out behind you. Reach the hips forward, cobra in the top of the chest. Exhale, extend the leg out. Plant the back heel, inhale into Trikonasana. Exhale, stay. And then inhale all the way up and back. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths this time. Yeah, really grounding down through the big toe of the front foot, little toe side of the back foot. And then really again, plugging this femur bone into the hip socket. So we draw the bone of the right thigh back into space. Good. Inhale, space creating. And exhale to stay. Then we inhale and come up, open the arms out to the sides. Turn the feet, so both big toes turn just a little bit inwards. Heels a little bit outwards, so we have the little toe sides of the feet parallel to the mat, hands on the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Yeah, ground down into the little toe sides of both feet. Yeah, see if you can rotate the sit bones upwards. Or of course keep a bend in the knees here if you need to. But even with bent knees, you can work on extending the sit bones a bit higher. Shoulders out of the ears. Ground for the little toe side of your feet. That's going to help you lift the sit bones. And then inhale, come up, window the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Super. Working on the length, grounding the heels in the direction of the mat. They don't have to touch. If they are touching, that's okay. If they're not touching, that's also okay. Good. With exhale, walk or step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, half up. Exhale, down, step right foot out behind you. Good. Inhale, reach hips forward, cobra at the top of the chest. And then exhale, come out of this, extend out the front leg. Plant the back heel, inhale into Trikonasana, turning hips to the right, plucking the left femur bone back into space, and then come all the way up and back into this reverse Trikonasana. Tailbone is long, so the lower back is flat. Well, naturally we'll have a curve, but let's just use that expression, let's just use that description. Flatten out the lower back. Ground out for the feet, keep pulling this femur bone back into space, so we're not lifting this hip up, but we're plugging it back in. Good. And then with an inhale, come up. This time turn the feet so the toes are turning a bit out. We sit into the knees and we check the knees also reach out in the direction of toe number 2-ish. As we'll adjust the wide stand and adjust the feet. So knees and toes are turning the same direction. Then we come down here, sway a bit from side to side. Lengthen out the tailbone, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Good. Exhale, sit a little deeper down. And then inhale, come up to stand. Windmill the hands down, come to downward facing dog. And then exhale, lower the knees. Good. Inhale, moving through cat and cow pose here again. Exhale to round. Good, and find a neutral spine. Then with the crown of your head, start drawing a circle here around. And then add the tailbone to that circling motion. So it's also drawing a circle out behind you. Yeah, coming in deeper into the circles. If that feels good, let's just stay. Stay wherever it feels sweet to you. Opposite direction. And finding a neutral spine. Big toes come together. We sit back on the heels. We open the knees a bit out to the sides. And either you fold forward from here into a regular child's pose. Maybe you open the knees even wider out to the side and then you come forward into a frog pose. Yeah? Breathing here. If you have a couple of cushions, you can of course lie down onto that, placing them underneath your hips and upper body so you can have some support here. Breathe. And then one more inhale and exhale. And then bringing yourself back up. Good. Come to sit in any way which is comfortable for you. Maybe you can sit in the hero's pose, where we open the heels out to the side, we grab the calves and we sit in between. Again, you can sit up on a cushion if you have that available. If this is not comfortable, if it's aching knees and ankles, then don't do it. Good. Placing hands out on thighs. You can sit up on your heels as well, of course. And then just let the chin tilt down. Making a conscious choice while you're here of bringing something from this practice this morning with you into the rest of your day. Maybe it's an epiphany you had during this practice. Maybe it's just a sense of connecting to your breath, remembering to take that with you. Maybe it's a feeling of a sensation you felt in a stretch that you want to celebrate. Or the fact that you got up today and did something great for yourself. And then lift the head back up. Come out of the pose if you're in hero's pose. Just come to a comfortable seat. Yeah. Sitting up tall, planting hands out where it's comfortable, palms down or up. Yeah. Make the choice of how to turn your palms with the sense of what feels the best, not what you think looks the best or has to be. Feel what feels the best. Closing eyes, softening muscles around the mouth, around the eyes, and in between the eyebrows. Inhaling life, exhaling life. Inhaling possibilities, exhaling possibilities. Inhaling second chances, exhaling second chances. Inhaling love, exhaling love. Inhaling self-love and exhaling self-love. Place the hands in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra and then blink your eyes open. Namaste. Good morning and have a beautiful day. If you haven't already, and if you like this video, please go and press subscribe. And if you have anything to share, please do so in the comments below. That always is just such a joy to read from you guys.